Mr. Gavinelli, you're charged with endangerment, criminal damage, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of dangerous drugs. State's recommending that I hold you on a $50,000 bond. I am at a minimum going to order no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons. Do not have contact with the alleged victim or victims and stay away from the incident location. Beyond that, we will hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, he's a lifelong resident of Tucson and he has ties to the community. Pretrial services spoke with his friend who indicated that they can provide housing if needed and transportation to court. It looks like he may be being held also on a probation violation.
Yeah.
I'd ask you, yes. I'd ask you set the bond in this matter of $15,000.
All right. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, given the nature of the offense, the state is requesting the $50,000 bond.
All right. I'll set bond in the amount of $25,000. Your next court date is March 3rd at 1:30, and the legal defender's office will be representing you. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, this is a Spanish interpreter. The second to the last list I received indicated no Spanish speakers, but I don't know if that's been verified because I can't open the last list I received.
Does the jail have any Spanish speakers to be seen tonight?
We have one, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's one. Okay, I just couldn't open that list. Can you tell me the name?
It's Soriano Reyes Angel.
Perfect. I'll hold on. I'll stand by. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. What's your name?
Eliana Oquides.
Okay. Ketis.
Toasty! Toasty! Toasty!
Okay, there are two complaints. One is for theft of means of transportation from October 8th, and the other one is unlawful flight from pursuing law enforcement vehicle and criminal damage from October 14th. And both the state is asking for a no bond hold. We are going to order also no firearms or other weapons and no contact with alleged victim and or return to the incident location. No February 25th at 2:30. Preliminary hearing is March 3rd at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed. And let's see. Approve. Approve. Okay, that should do it. You're excused.
Then the same one. Yeah, is there? So now I'm gonna do back. 13, okay. Okay.
Hello, what's your name?
Anthony James Benavides.
Okay, moment. You've got a couple of warrants out of Pima County Justice Court on misdemeanors. One is on a DUI case from 2021, and the other one is for shoplifting. Both of these warrants list bonds of 500. I'm going to hold you on 250 apiece, and you're going to be seen on the 21st at 1 p.m. on the video, and you'll be represented by Mr. Christian Salter. You're excused.
Thank you.
We'll have it seen out.
Let's see this tomorrow.
You're gonna get a copy.
Yeah, you'll get paper. Perfect. You're gonna, 2 bonds, 250 each, which equal 500. So if you can pay that, you can get out. If not, you're gonna go to housing card to pay. Next one.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, sir. Kent Conrad Nielsen.
You're charged with domestic violence, threats, and intimidation. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence and that you not possess any firearms. And that you surrender any firearms that are in your possession to
Yes, sir.
Pima County Sheriff's Office. I am going to release you though, and you have a court date at Pima County Justice Court, March 24th at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're excused.
Thanks, sir.
Doctor,
Sir.
go back ahead.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Your Honor. Sergio Soto.
Soto. All right, sir, one moment. You have two warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. One is threat to intimidation is the charge, and the other one, criminal trespass, is the charge. And you have a new charge of driving while your license is suspended, revoked, or canceled. I'm gonna hold you on $250 apiece on the two warrants and $100 on the new charge. Don't drive without a valid license. Attorney Douglas Taylor is appointed to represent you. And you're going to be seen on video on February 21st, tomorrow at 1 p.m. You're excused.
Your Honor, please waive reading of the charges for the next defendant.
Okay, thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Dalton Jones.
Okay. All right. There are conditions which I will let you read on your own, but some of them do include no alcohol or drugs and no firearms or other weapons and no contact with victims. The state's recommending a $100,000 bond. We will hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, he's a 1 on the FTA and the NCA scale. He doesn't have any felony history. He's a lifelong resident of Tucson and has ties to the community. He does not have any minors that reside at his residence. He's also currently employed. Based primarily on the lack of criminal history, I'd also sets a bond at $10,000.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state is concerned about the nature of the charges as well as the mandatory prison time that could potentially come with those at trial. According to pretrial services, that there was a concern with housing, so the state would share that concern if that still exists and ask that you impose the bond.
All right, thank you. $75,000 bond, public defender appointed. Next court date is March 3rd at 1:30. And as I stated, the other conditions you can read on your own. You're excused.
Okay, thank you. Toronto.
Hello, what's your name?
Hola, diga su nombre.
Ángel Eduardo Soriano Reyes.
Ángel Eduardo Suriano Reyes.
Mr. Reyes, you're charged with unlawful flight from pursuing law enforcement vehicle,
Señor Reyes le ha presentado cargos de fugarse de un vehículo del orden público que lo
aggravated,
persigue.
sorry,
Go ahead, go ahead.
aggravated assault on a police officer, physical injury,
Agresión con agravante ante un agente de policía con lesión física
and criminal damage, property value greater than 1,000, less than 2,000.
y daños delictuosos de propiedad con un valor de más de $1,000, pero menos de $2,000.
You have an immigration hold.
Lo está pidiendo inmigración.
I will order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not possess any firearms or other weapons.
Ordenaré que se le prohíbe poseer ni consumir drogas ni alcohol
Do not
y también ni portar armas ni otras armas.
do not initiate contact with the alleged victim or return to the incident location.
No iniciar contacto con la supuesta víctima ni regresar al sitio de donde ocurrieron los hechos.
The state is recommending that I hold you on a $10,000 bond.
El Estado está recomendando que lo detenga bajo una fianza de $10,000.
We'll hear from the defense.
A ver qué dice la defensa.
Your Honor, he's a 1 on the FTA and a 2 on the NCA scale.
Su señoría, él califica un número 1 en una escala de reincidencia y un número 2 en la escala NCA.
He's 21 and has lived in Tucson for 5 years.
Tiene 21 años y ha vivido en Tucson por 5 años.
He also has an ICE hold.
También lo está pidiendo inmigración.
So in this case, a $2,000 bond would be appropriate.
Entonces, en este caso, una fianza de $2,000 sería apropiado.
Thank you. Bond is set in the amount of 10,000. March 3rd, 1:30 is your court date, public defender appointed.
Bueno, gracias. Entonces, la fianza se programa en $10,000. Su siguiente audiencia es el 3 de marzo a la 1:30 de la tarde y se le asigna un abogado defensor de oficio que lo represente.
You're excused.
Está libre de retirarse. I may the interpreter be excused, Your Honor.
Just a moment. 101.
Oh, okay.
If they did, I wasn't here to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me too. So I think that's his second refusal.
Okay, thank you.
There is this one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's your name?
Diga su nombre.
I'm waiting for the lady right here.
What is your name?
Hassan.
Okay.
Your Honor, my name is Amina Saleh. I am the interpreter for the Malay language.
Okay, thank you.
So the Spanish interpreter is going to log off, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Thank you. The Spanish interpreter will then log off.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hassan.
So 102.
102.
That's the number.
Okay. All right. You have several files.
File baad haysataa.
The first one deals with a theft alleged to have occurred in 2020.
Ugu horeysa waxa weeyaan waxaad ka xaday meel oo dhacday sanadka 2020.
And it looks like you failed to appear twice on that matter.
Laba jeerna maxkamadda maad imaanin.
Criminal trespass also alleged to have occurred in the year 2020.
Iyo qof aad meel ugu soo gashay aadan laga rabin inaad gashid arrintaasna waxay ahayd sanadka 2020.
Failed to appear twice in that matter as well.
Arrintaasna maxkamadeeda laba jeer maad imaanin.
Criminal trespass in the year 2022.
Mar kalena aad gashay meel aadan laga rabin inaad gashid arrintaasna waxay dhacday sanadkii 2022.
You failed to appear on that case as well.
Case-kaasna laba jeer ama maxkamadeeda maad imaanin.
Drug paraphernalia from last year. And you failed to appear.
Sanadkii hore kale aad gashay iyadana maxkamadeeda maad imaanin.
And also from last year, criminal trespass and failure to appear.
Sanadkii horena case kalena waad haysatay meela laga rabin inaad gashid aad gashay maxkamadeedan maad imaanin.
You're going to enter not guilty pleas on those charges.
Waxaa lagu sameeyay heshiis inaad ku gashid.
And I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond.
Damaanadna waxaa laga rabaa oo $500 haysta.
Order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs.
Ilaa maxkamadaada soo socoto waxaa laga rabaa inaad wax darooga aad isticmaalin alkoholana aad isticmaalin.
Don't have contact with alleged victims or return to incident locations.
Dadka aad dhibta u geysatayna inaad la hadlin ama aad meeshooda ugu tagin mar labaad.
The city public defender will be representing you in court.
Waxaa lagu sameynayaa difaac kuu hadla.
We set a video review for February 28th at 1:45.
Waxaa mar labaad aad imaanaysaa sidan oo kale oo video ah bishan haddeer aan ku jirno 28keeda saacadoo ah 7:45.
It is possible that might be continued as a non-transport review, or if you post bond out of custody pretrial March 20th at 2:30.
Waxaa loo maleeyaa ay u badan tahay marka soo socota aad timaadid inaad dib lagu dhigo oo maxkamad labaad lagu sameeyo bisha 3aad 20keeda saacadoo ah 8:30.
Will be at Tucson City Court.
Waxaad ku imaanaysaa maxkamadda Tucson.
You're excused.
Ayo waad tagi kartaa hadda.
Get up.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
The bond. Yeah, correct. I understand Lazard refused. I'm waiving his presence and holding him a $500 bond and appointing the Tucson City Public Defender. And that will be a video.
All these people.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Perla De La Rosa.
Ms. De La Rosa, in addition to city court charges, you have a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. Charges listed are unlawful means of transportation, shoplifting, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Will order no contact with victims, stay away from the incident locations, no alcohol or drugs, and no firearms or other weapons. The state is requesting the $1,500 bond that is listed on the arrest warrant. We will hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, she's a lifelong resident of Tucson and has ties to the community. Pretrial services spoke with her friend who indicated they can provide housing and transportation to court if necessary. I'd ask you to set the bond at $500.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, I have nothing further to add to the written recommendation.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $750. Next court date, February 27th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed. As to your Tucson City Court case, you have an arrest warrant. The charges are shoplifting, theft, prescription-only drug, and failure to appear. And let's see. Follow me. Oh. $250 bond on the city court case. The city public defender is reappointed. And we'll set video review for February 28th.
No.
Impossible outdate. That's 19th. And this is May.
Hold on.
Hello, what's your name?
Russell Mahan, sir.
All right. Mr. Mahan, you're charged with possession of a dangerous drug, 2 counts, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state is recommending a $1,000 bond plus the state STEPS program. We'll hear from the defense.
Your Honor, he's lived in Tucson for 26 years and has ties to the community. He's currently employed, and this also appears to be a personal use drug matter. I'd ask that you consider releasing him to pretrial service.
And we'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, I have nothing to add to the written recommendation.
All right, thank you. I forgot to read this. Colloquially about steps. Okay, I'm going to read a statement to you and then followed up by a question. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. I would love the chance to do that.
All right. We're going to order no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons, and do not return to the incident location. STEPS hearing is scheduled for February 27th at 9 a.m. And I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. Cooperate with them. Is the defense waiving time for the prelim?
Yes, Your Honor.
So preliminary hearing will be April 7th, 1:30, public defender appointed. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Hey.
Hello, what is your name?
Chase Russell.
I'm sorry, say again.
Chase Russell.
Chase Russell. Thank you. All right. You have felony charges and misdemeanor charges as well. Felony wise, you're charged with unlawful possession of narcotic paraphernalia and unlawful possession of dangerous drug and also of narcotic drug. State's recommending a $500 bond plus steps. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, it appears to be a personal use drug matter. He's 20 years old. If the court is inclined to hold him on the misdemeanors, then I would have no objection to $500 bond. If the court is inclined to release him on the misdemeanors, I'd ask the court to consider releasing him to pretrial services.
But he's inclined to hold him on the misdemeanors, and we'll get to them. Okay. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. Do not return to the incident location. $500 bond and steps. And let's read the step statement. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that only requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes, I am.
Preliminary hearing is March 3rd at 1:30. STEPS hearing is February 27th at 9. Public defender appointed. You have a couple of cases in Pima County Justice Court, shoplifting. Those I'm releasing you on with March 24th, 8:30 court dates at Pima County Justice Court. And those are both warrants on shoplifting cases. Tucson City Court. You were cited last year for shoplifting and you failed to appear, last time being November 13th of last year. You were cited for possession of drug paraphernalia, also failure to appear on that matter, and possession of drug paraphernalia also from last year and failure to appear. City court bond is set in the amount of $500. City public defender appointed. Previous conditions of your release remain in effect. Video review February 28th at 1:45. Out date or non-transport is March 19th at 9:30. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Rita,
Your full name?
Rita, Marie Salazar.
Thank you. You've got several cases here. Felony charges are aggravated assault on a peace officer, as well as promoting prison contraband. State's recommending a $5,000 bond. At a minimum, don't initiate contact with the alleged victim. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons, and do not return to the incident location. We will hear from defense counsel as to the bond request.
Your Honor, she's homeless and unemployed and unable to pay any amount of bond. She does have 2 prior felony convictions. They both appear to have been personal use drug matters. Doesn't look like she has any violent felony history. I'd ask you to set the bond at $1,000.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, I don't have anything to add to the written recommendation.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $3,000. Your court date is March 3rd at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed. You have a matter in Marana as well. Warrant on a drug possession case. You're released on that. March 19th, 10 o'clock is your Marana court date. And then you've got Tucson City court cases. You were cited back in June of last year for trespassing, and you failed to appear on that case twice. Criminal trespasses also is from June, and same pattern of failing to appear. You were cited in September of last year for trespassing, obstruction, and drug paraphernalia. You failed to appear back in September of last year. Criminal trespass, paraphernalia, this is from January of this year. You failed to appear on that. And trespassing from December of last year, and you failed to appear on that. December of last year again, shoplifting, and failed to appear on that one as well.
I was gonna go to 9. How about that? Judge, just let me out. I don't give a fuck. I'm not feeling good. I don't feel good at all. I need to tell me to go.
Just hold on. Okay, Tucson City Court, no alcohol or drugs. Don't return to the incident locations. No contact with victims. $500 bond. City public defender appointed. This is video review February 28th, 1:45. If out of custody or non-transport, March 19th at 2:00. And you'll be represented by the city public defender. You're excused.
What's the That's your dates. Which one?
And then, Your Honor, we just want to let you know, I don't know if you were already aware, but Fabian ended up going on a hospital transport this morning.
Who?
Fabian?
Fabian?
He's the next one. Sonoiqui.
Oh, that one. Okay, thank you. In the hospital. Thank you.
Yes.
We'll make note of that. Continue to AM. Okay, that's continued. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Pablita Zamora.
Okay. You have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court on a narcotic drug violation. The recommendation of the state, as well as the amount, the bond amount listed on the warrant, is $2,500. No alcohol or drugs. Don't go back to the incident location. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, she's a 2 on the FTA and the NCA scale. She's lived in Arizona for 30 years and has ties to the state. She hasn't been previously arrested in this matter. And that leaves at the bond of $1,000.
Okay. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. $1,500, February 27th, 1:30, public defender appointed. And that's it. You're excused. All right. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
Take care.